listening to the adventures of Lonnie, the Brotherhood of Steel Scribe, Clark, the veteran mercenary, Pep, the gearhead racer, and Hazel, the traveling scholar. This is Rat Rules, a Fallout tabletop RPG.
At this point, Pep and Lonnie come through the door. Hazel and Clark haven't really been paying attention to what's going on in here, but Pep and Lonnie are. You all enter the Sweet Chariot, and on the stage, a ghoul is dancing, wearing 2 Deathclaw gauntlets. There is a shower with a curtain attached. The dancer nears the bath and slashes the curtain with the Deathclaw gauntlet, revealing a lingerie-wearing ghoul that screams in terror. A voice from the crowd shouts, "Cut! Cherry, that's a great idea, but we can't buy a shower curtain for every single performance. Find something reusable that we can tear with the gauntlet." And Topaz, great work on the scream, but no one showers in their underwear. Get some plastic and make some fake bubbles or something. From where that voice originated, a figure in a tall hat arises and turns to you all. It is the fancily dressed Marty Buffont. Marty turns, sees you all, and says, "My favorite team, welcome. I know the heist may not have gone as planned, but I've tried to help out a little bit. I think that some of you took my accommodations, and I'm not quite sure what the rest of you did. But did you happen to get what I needed?"
As I come in, I'm going to see Hazel at the bar and just all of these towels and stuff, and I'm not even going to look. I'm going to grab one. I'm going to wipe my face. I'm going to throw it back down on the bar. I'll be like, "I've got this one, guys. You take a breather, Pep, and I'll go over to
Hey, Lonnie, why do you
Clark.
Why do you smell so bad? Why do you smell so bad, man?
Buddy,
face?
Buddy, we were in the sewer.
What's on your face, though? Oh man, you smell.
Have you been
really
drinking?
bad.
He's been drinking a lot, and he's allowed to. He had a really.
Okay.
I'll
Lonnie.
explain later.
We've all had rough days. Can I get
All
a
right,
bottle?
y'all talk
Pat,
about
Pat.
your rough day. I'm gonna handle business over here, okay?
Thanks.
Remember when you died, and we thought you were dead. I'm dying. Hazel told me that I'm dying. We're all dying. Actually, she told me that.
I mean, philosophically, we are all dying every
Oh.
moment. But, you look fine.
The agent of chaos speaks.
Also, I got knocked out again in the sewer. Lonnie woke me up in his own special way.
I'm not even going to ask.
I told him we wouldn't talk about it. But
Lonnie's such a man. That's Lonnie. Lonnie's such a good friend, Pep. You're lucky you have a good friend.
I
And
am.
I mentioned Clark has had a lot to drink. A lot.
Look, okay. I needed it.
You did. You deserve it.
You sure did. You sure did, Clark. So,
After about half of this, I'm like, okay, yeah, Clark's loaded right now.
Yeah.
I'll let them babysit, and I'll take care of business over here.
Great. You approach Marty Buffont, and he looks at you and he says, "Lonnie Aver.
Mr. Buffont.
Do you have the parade manifest that I was looking for?"
So the conservation efforts in the museum radiation and paper don't mix too well, but I do have something that'll be a little better. I'm going to slide over the holotape to him and say, you ever met Rex Fitzgibbons?
He kind of smiles and looks at you and plays the holotape in its entirety. He looks at you and he says, Lonnie, the tape's great, but something in writing would be better. Do you have any proof it was in? Like, I could fake a holotape all day, but if it was in writing and you had something there, don't you have anything like that?
We got a picture of what we could before it completely deteriorated. So there was a glowing one that had this paper in their possession. He gave it to me. In a matter of 30 seconds, it was dust in the wind. We got a picture of what we could.
Can I have that?
I mean, Hazel, do you have the film?
Yeah, I've got the camera, and if I have a dark room, I can develop it.
Do you have the resources to develop old world film?
If it's a negative, I mean, I can figure out. I've got great minds that can figure out what to do with this. I just want the concrete proof. The holotape's great. The writing would be even better.
I can make you a list of the chemicals that I need, a location I need. I need someplace with red light, preferably something that is not a UV positive, and a room that can completely be light sealed. And
Hazel, they offered to do everything, honey. You don't have to.
Hazel,
I like playing with chemicals.
Do it.
Right, I get it, but they're volunteering to help. Take it. Yeah, we can get you the negative, but this was also given to me by the glowing one. So you're familiar with Rex?
I had a suspicion that, frankly, I already knew. I already knew that all of these changes, all of this stuff that's been happening in Old Nawlins has been not directly because of Rex, but maybe because Rex was in a state, and Ella, they have fabricated a lot of what's going on to try to undermine me, to try to undermine the Brotherhood of Steel, and undermine pretty much every single group that wasn't even directly with the Preservationists.
That kind of tracks. Did you recognize the other voice in the tape?
I recognize Rex's voice, but I'm not sure about. Sounded like there was a jester. Typically in these old carnivals, you would have a jester that would kind of add comedic relief. I'm not sure if you're familiar with comedic relief, Lonnie.
I've not seen much humor in my life, regretfully.
Yeah. So it's chalk it up as an old world thing, and I call it that. With the holotape and the negative, I can make a good case. In fact, I can really make some changes around here with both of those things. And if you give me both of those things, then I can get you the Overseer's Code, and we can get you all set up here.
Marty, can I get a doctor? I need a better doctor.
Hazel's
No,
awesome.
Hazel told me I'm dying.
We're all dying a little bit. No one makes it out alive.
Oh.
Sorry, he's drunk.
Let me tell you something, Lonnie Haybear. This isn't the first drunk I have had in my bar.
I imagine so.
And he won't be the last.
Yeah.
So do you give him the stuff?
I absolutely give him the holotape. I have no use for it. As far as the camera, I'm guessing I'm not sure what the film situation's like. I'm leaning on Hazel to be able to provide the negatives or film or whatever's necessary for it. Mr. Buffon, I do have a question. I hope you don't think it's too forward of me to ask. In relation to Paladin Buffon,
Marty Buffon kind of looks at you and says, first, the negatives.
yeah, sure. Be right back. I'll walk over to Hazel and speak with her. Hazel, I think it was a good thing we got a picture of that document when we did. Can you give me the film out of the camera?
I can, yeah, as long as I have a dark cloth or bag that light won't leak into, I can pull up the film and actually give him the film. And it won't hurt the, it won't expose any more light and destroy.
Cool.
Exactly.
What color was that shower curtain?
It was black as night.
Nice. I'm gonna take a shred of that the shredded part of the shower curtain, and I'm gonna use that to sort of help facilitate a transfer of this film and a handoff. But
Yeah.
I'll actually open the camera and feel inside and feel that, yeah, the film is intact and it's been completely wound up into the light film canister. And then I'll wrap that in the black cloth and actually give that to him and say, whoever they have to do the processing.
Do intelligence plus repair difficulty 0, please.
I can do that.
is there anything I can do to assist since I was
You already did.
No.
intelligence
No.
repair?
I'm gonna veto that.
Got it. Like I vetoed Pep. Okay.
Hazel is obsessed with her camera, and she is so focused. She is
Got
not
it.
going to give you any kind of dominance over that situation.
True. And I'll be begging for you to find me more. That's not a problem. I got a 6 up.
Great. So you managed to pull this film out, wrap it in that curtain, and hand it over to Lonnie.
Yeah.
And I will in turn bring that over to Mr. Buffon and say it is as protected as we can get it. All yours.
Thank you, Lonnie. And he puts it in his pocket.
Big pocket.
Yeah, he's got
A big shower curtain wrapped around it.
Yeah. He puts it in his coat pocket. His coat pocket's very large. Thank you
Got
very
it.
much. Here's a very large coat with giant pockets on it.
I love it.
That's where he puts his guns. That's where he puts his Nuka-Colas. He's just a man with a lot of inventory space. He has the pocketed version of that coat.
He's
He
got
has the mod for that.
He's got the
pocketed.
strong back perk.
Yeah, he's got strong back too. He's a really amazing guy. He looks at you and says, "Lonnie, I know you're gonna ask me a question. You're gonna ask me some questions here, right? What kind of questions do you have?"
Just the one. I mean, I haven't met too many Buffons in my life, and I'm just curious if maybe it's just coincidence that yourself and the Paladin happen to have the same last name. Didn't know if maybe there's any relation or anything. I mean, I apologize if it seems too forward. Just was curious.
Go ahead and roll a charisma plus speech difficulty 4.
Oh, damn!
I'm not going to spend a damn thing on this. That's 0 successes.
He kind of looks at you and chuckles and says, "Lonnie, I think you've got bigger things to worry about than family trees or." I really don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, you guys, you're wanted criminals, right? You're all wanted criminals. The preservationists have you for thievery and kidnapping. I'm not sure who you kidnapped. or what happened with that situation.
Pep killed him.
Hey, Clark.
I don't care.
What?
I don't care who you kill. Let me offer you something. I'm coming up with a plan that's gonna change the layout of old Nawlins. And in this plan, we can forget about this situation. I can make that happen. But for my own reasons that I don't really want to get into, I'm gonna need you to finish your little project for Ella Fitzgibbons. See, it's part of my plan, and I'm gonna need you to do it soon because there's a storm coming. Before long, the streets are gonna be flooded, and you're gonna be, just like shit out of luck. So what I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna let you rest here at the Sweet Chariot. I went ahead and fetched your car. Maybelline. I got your stuff from your hotel room, your nukes, your diving suits, all that stuff. It seemed like another person was living there.
You didn't get all of the stuff, right?
We got your nukes.
Okay.
We got your diving suits.
Got it.
That's it. That's all we've done.
Thank Jesus. Okay, cool. All right. Excellent.
And he kind of looks at you and says, but Lonnie, I'm prepared to make you a deal. If you do this job for Ella, you pull it off, and I take over, I'll give you 3,000 caps.
Hey, Hazel, how much do you think a new hand would cost?
I don't know where I'd even go to buy.
Mr. Buffon, I really don't see a downside with this. I feel like a lot of the effort in you taking over is going to be your machinations, right?
We've got big plans, and part of that plan is you all doing what Ella wanted you to do.
So we just continue doing what we're doing and we get paid. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm making the deal a little more lucrative. Just
In general, yeah. But it's...
There may come a time when you may have to side with somebody, and if you count on me, I'm prepared to pay you.
And this all hinges on you taking over.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we will do our part and finish what we started for Ella Fitzgibbons and wish you the best of luck on your part.
I think that sounds amendable. One more thing. You're going to need to do this pretty much as soon as possible. I can't wait around for that long now that I've got this info. So you can rest here for a little while and then get to it.
Reasonable.
Pep's gonna saunter over as much as he can saunter in a suit of power armor.
The verbiage.
Mr. Buffon, do you happen to have a stock of paints or maybe any other kind of supplies that I could utilize during our time right now? Do you have any scrap iron piles or anything like that?
I don't have scrap iron, but we do a lot of prop work here, and I could probably get you some paints.
I would appreciate that immensely. That'd be very helpful for all of our future endeavors.
He yells in the back and says, Stella, bring some of the leftover paint from the other day. and a ghoul dressed as the in the Deathclaw outfit. No, that's not so. A ghoul dressed in a mole rat outfit with little teeth in the front that has like a fake hunchback. Kind of like scurries out onto the stage with a jar of paint and hands it to you. What are you gonna do with that?
What color paint is it?
You open the can, it's pink.
Oh, all right, I'll take it. Is there any white? Do you have any white paint back there?
This is all we got left over, and I don't. We do a lot of pink acts. All of our base cream colors were used on the Deathclaw gauntlets, unfortunately.
Are you going to be using those Deathclaw gauntlets again anytime soon?
Yeah, we got an act. Did you not see the act?
It looked amazing. Seemed a little familiar. I couldn't quite place it, but it looked really, really kind of great. Okay. Any other unused Wasteland creature costumes? Do you have anything you're not using right now?
Are you trying to bargain with me after I just offered you 3,000 caps?
No, I just want to help you get rid of some junk, some old costumes you're not going to be using. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe there was a time where people were really into, I don't know, like Mirelurk sexiness, but now they're not, and now you don't use the Mirelurk sexy costumes anymore. Just seeing if you had anything lying around you're not using.
Listen, you don't understand the trials and tribulations of running a cabaret show in all Nawlins. We got to reuse all of our costumes. I mean, we've got Mirelurk Connors. We had a Mirelurk Queen, but that's a lot of pincers to track on one person, and you lose a few kind of like when you're putting them on the different, like there's only so many places you can stick a pincer before it's just absolutely gone. I mean,
you really painted a picture, Mr. Buffon. Thank you.
Oh, my brain.
But I'll just take the paint. Thank you. That's all I need. Thank you.
Hey, Marty, does your dancers like ever lose like a finger on stage? And like, what happens? What happens when you lose a finger on stage, Marty?
Then everybody gives you a finger.
Marty, I need a finger then.
He flips you off.
Clark, all right, Hazel's gonna say, all right, Clark, okay, come on, let's get you laying down. You're not.
Clark's already been laying down on top of the bar.
He's
okay.
Well, then
on top of the bar.
Then you can just stay there. Your finger is reattached. You have hands. You're not dying any faster than the rest of us. It's okay.
I don't feel like that's cool, but
I'm
yeah, Clark's gonna sleep on top of the bar for his.
Okay, I'm gonna take care of you,
Mr. Buffon. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Is there someone we can coordinate with so we can catch 8 out of the view of the public?
We're closing up shop because I got some important business to do. Mainly just tasks and acts today. I'm gonna have my voodoo boys bring your stuff in, bring some cots out, and you guys can get some rest. One last thing, I don't think I mentioned this, but at the end of the street, it's flooded down there. If you just keep on going at floodwater, you're gonna get to Vault 18. It's at the end of the street. That's where they originally built it. And I'm assuming I saw some diving suits, and you'd be able to use that to get kind of out there and into it. But I just wanted to let you know, kind of point you in the right direction. I'm trying to give you the best shot here. You know what I mean?
And I do appreciate that. Your help has been very much appreciated and of a high caliber.
Thank you. And at this point, he kind of tips his hat to you and disappears behind the curtains. He walks there. He doesn't magically disappear.
Poof. Apparates.
Yes. So you all are here in kind of sequestered into the Sweet Chariot. You have cots. You have all of your equipment here. What's your next step? Are you going to kind of plan it out? What's your GP? Tell me what your GP is, team.
Clark's asleep. He fell
All right.
asleep on the bar.
So
Uh,
Hazel is actually going to take a minute while he's asleep to inform everyone else that there's something weird going on with Clark. And it's honestly, she doesn't freak out about weird, gross biological science stuff. But this has her super close to freaking out because a friend of hers is doing something that doesn't make sense. He can't, it seems like he can't feel pain, and his body is repairing itself enough to stay alive, but he's taken hideous, absolutely horrendous injuries that honestly would have knocked anybody else out of like doing anything, would have laid somebody up, possibly even for a lifetime. Does anybody know anybody who's ever had something like this happen to them? His heart, I was doing repairs on him at the Rising Sun settlement, and his heart literally stopped and restarted. Can't feel any pain in his hands. His thumb completely detached.
We've all heard the stories.
What
The robots.
what stories? I haven't heard.
Stories about the robots.
Well, he has bones, flesh, and blood, if that's what you mean. He's not
But
made
does he?
power armor. Yeah, no. I've gotten a real close look. He is flesh and bone. Like, he's goopy and soft on the inside, I assume. No metal parts in there that I've found yet.
Well, then the
But-
only other thing he could be is,
Is No, I don't know. Tell me.
he's all like, brains,
A zombie?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, this is starting to sound kind of personal, actually. I've known a lot of ghouls, and they don't like being called zombies.
Wait,
I mean, they all eventually, right? Like it's,
No. That's
that was super racist. What the hell, Pep?
we just killed a whole warehouse full of them. I accidentally killed one. You all purposefully.
You killed one with a brain, which, by the way, I still owe you a drink for your first kill. Congratulations, I guess.
Wait, okay. Hazel, I had an idea, but I can't do it.
Okay.
Because if I walk into the dressing room, they're going to kill me.
Okay.
But if you walk into the dressing room, maybe you can ask one of the performers about their
Experiences turning into a ghoul.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can bring them out. It's just like if I go into that dressing room, they're going to throw slippers and death gauntlets and
that one you might want to. That one.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want
Bonnie,
any
I'm
part of that.
probably pretty sure they're going to be fine with it if you wanted to. I think these ladies have probably dealt with.
And that sounds sexist. What's wrong with you today, Pep?
We understand the job. They are dancers.
They are dancers.
Right, but that's their space. Hazel, could I ask you?
I'll see if I can find somebody to come out and talk with us. I don't know. I'll think of something. So Hazel is going to just be like, all right, I can do this. And is going to go into the ladies' dressing room or the burlesque dancer at the Sweet Chariot and walk in and say, hello, sorry.
Pep, I'm giving you a job. Figure out how this diving suit can integrate with the power armor.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Figure that out. That's your job tonight before you tuck in.
Both of those for paint and for figuring out the diving suit. The diving suit would be difficulty 3, intelligence plus repair. Paint will be a difficulty paint, and the power armor will be a difficulty 1, intelligence plus repair. So 2 intelligence plus repair rolls. 1 is difficulty 3, 1 is difficulty 1. 3 for the diving suit, 1 for the paint.
And tell you what, I'm not going to give orders and just sit around and watch you do it. I'm pretty proficient with repair, so I'd like
Yeah.
to throw an assist.
Okay.
You
At
can throw an
the-
assist on both if
So
you
I'm
want
gonna
to.
do that. I'll do the diving suit integration roll
Okay.
first.
So you get a success,
jeez.
and then you roll a 2, but also a 20.
While you're going through that, I'm gonna switch over here to Hazel, who has walked into the dressing room at the Sweet Chariot. The dressing room kind of is stuffed around with a bunch of different like gauze, a bunch of different like makeshift costumes. You see the Rad Scorpion costume kind of off to the side. The Deathclaw gauntlets there. You see a kind of a line of mirrors that have little lights on them and a desk with all of the kind of products that you would put on a ghoul to dress them up. You can make up your own little imagination game of what kind of makeup a ghoul uses. You see a ghoul sitting there wrapping kind of their body in bubble wrap.
Perfect.
Kind of like around. And what did you say when you walked in there?
Hello. I'm sorry to disturb you. Is anyone here? Hello?
Yeah, I'm in here. What do you need?
Hi. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I help here?
You can. I'm trying stuff out.
Oh yeah. So yeah, no. Well, I saw the show you were doing earlier. It looked great. So, it sounds like your boss, instead of doing underwear in the shower, kind of going for more of a just au naturel without actually au natural. So yeah, I think it'd work really well to pin pieces of bubble wrap to your lingerie, so that way it looks like you're with soapy bubbles instead. And I was thinking about it, instead of that shower curtain, what you could do is you could get a like pure silk mylar curtain, kind of looks like it's water coming down from a shower head. And then when somebody swipes through it, it won't actually destroy it. It'll just swipe the mylar aside, and that way you don't have to shower.
I don't understand what Mylar is, but if you had one of those.
Yeah, no, it's basically a shiny, a curtain of shiny hanging pieces of metallic cloth instead of one solid piece. So when you swipe it, it would push it aside, but it wouldn't actually rip it open, and that way you could use it over.
Well, I mean, I call you the fountain of knowledge, if anything.
You're very sweet. Actually, knowledge is kind of the reason I'm interrupting you back here.
Whatever. I mean, I've got some time, but I need to go home to the wife.
Oh, I understand. That's no problem. So it's the question I have. It's kind of a sensitive subject. You don't have to. You don't want. Could you, when you started turning into did you like feelings, like not emotions? I understand. Did you start like losing tactile feeling?
The ghoul kind of looks at you and says, "Now that I think about it, I've been a ghoul. I mean, I went into the vault back in the day. I was in there, and then when I came out, I was a ghoul. I mean, we spent a lot of time going over all the relics and the stuff that we were trying to, we spent most of the time just like running an underground museum, but
So you don't really remember.
I don't really no. It just kind of happened, and I guess it's different, but I can't really recall what it used to feel like to be human.
That's okay. Well, you know what? Best parts being human are still with you. You're still human. Just much better preserved human. And your hair looks fabulous. You look
the ghoul has like little string, like the ghoul's in the dressing room. The ghoul has like little strings of hair coming off, and the ghoul kind of turns and looks at you as like, yeah, thanks, thank you, thanks.
Thank you for talking. I really appreciate it. If I can help you with anything else, just ask.
I'm gonna go think about this. I think for a little bit.
Can I ask you a quick question right now?
I guess. Yeah, sure.
So you don't have any trouble feeling like your fingertips or anything now, right?
And they kind of touch their fingertips, and they're like, "No, I can feel them."
Okay. You can feel pain and everything. Okay. Well, that's what I needed to know. Thank you. Hey, have a good show later. Bye.
Bye.
She's gonna let herself. Oh, before I leave, what's your name?
Well, my stage name is Topaz, but most of my friends call me Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy. It's nice to meet you. I'm Hazel. Bye, Jimmy.
Nice to meet you, Hazel.
So Hazel lets herself out and go. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I don't think Clark is turning into a... The bad news is we still don't know what's wrong.
Robot.
Pep, you and me are going to talk about this thing because you have this suspicion you know something I don't. Also, Lonnie, there is one thing. I don't know if it's common, but it seems like a lot of the ghouls who were in the vault, they have big chunks of their memory.
I mean, I'm not sure if the human brain is meant to last that long.
Yeah, but they remember everything since they came out. I mean, I've heard things about Vault Tech doing different kinds of experiments. We know they were doing some sort of experiment with their... I mean, that's what we're going to go find is...
Right, yeah.
I'm worried about this, honestly. I don't know what we're going to find. Between FEV and everything else, I mean, there might even be a civilization still living in the vault of like aquatic, half death claw cool creatures. I don't know. So we should probably be careful.
That'll be fun to sleep on. Thanks.
What's the outcome of the paint and diving suit situation? Give me the
just did the diving
first.
suit.
So we just did the diving.
So I got a natural 1 and a natural 20 with the tag skill. So
And
I would say
I
they
was-
cancel each other out.
And I was
one
able
success.
to assist.
Okay.
So
Sometimes
it's really
maybe
good,
sometimes
but
maybe
also really
Yeah.
bad.
I think you managed to take off the helmet of the diving suit. It's kind of like old timey. It's like one of those diving suits with the little like hole here with the
awesome.
grating, and kind of on the side. And you managed to attach that to your power armor. When you tried it on though, it seemed like that your breath was really fogging it up, and it was random of when that would happen. That's for the listeners at home. That's a complication I'm going to use for later. As something.
Spoiler.
What about the paint here?
I would like to try to, even though I don't have white, so I would like to try to replicate the pink hot rod power armor paint, which I guess instead of the white parts, they would just be left the original sort of gunmetal.
I will remind you that Clark is kind of an artist, and remember his sign. So if you wanted to, maybe you could wake up Clark and he could help you paint.
Clark ain't waking up. Clark's asleep. Clark is drunk and asleep. Clark would have to be waken up by a damage roll. Then he wouldn't be able.
He really needs to sleep this off. However, I will ask, what color is the actual Brotherhood of Steel paint on the power armor torso right now?
It is gray. It is gray like the initiate power armor is. It has the white Brotherhood of Steel logo and a red spray painted kind of circle with an X through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I got one success, so I'll do
Yeah.
some paint masking. Hot, cool, um, totally awesome pink T45 power armor.
Yeah. Is everybody going to sleep now?
Yes.
If
Okay, great. Do your rolls. So I think that's endurance plus survival, for difficulty 1, I think, for well rested, and you get 2 extra hit points. Clark, you will not be rolling this.
Do, I don't know, the point of order, I guess. Does the temporary hit points go away from last
Yes.
time? I still had 2, so okay.
Yes.
Mm.
They'll
Oh,
go
and
away.
But
Lonnie
this is
took that
refreshing
damage in
our-
the sewer.
All right, DM.
I just won't be well rested. I'm just going to be regular rested.
Regular
Okay,
rest.
DM. I have 2 questions. If I
Mhm.
put a bunch of towels and stuff under Clark to sort of pat his head, make him as comfortable as possible, get well rested.
I don't.
No.
Clark doesn't
He's
need it.
drunk. He's going to wake up hungover.
Unfortunately,
then-
I like that idea, and I think normally it would work.
Okay.
Yeah, Clark has taken no damage. Didn't use any luck. He's
True.
just sleeping it
Well-
off.
He did rip his thumb off.
Yeah, but he didn't take any damage points from
No
that.
damage.
You feel it.
Wow. Okay. I'm not going to complain. And Hazel's
He
going
can
to
already
do
wake
her,
up again.
Hazel's going to do her hammock trick with her her poncho wrap again. Hang it up so she has some place that's actually
So the only one that was rail wested.
real
Wow.
Wested.
west.
Well,
Whack-Whacket is Will Wested.
I feel like Homestar Runner here. The Pet Packet, you are well rested and you get plus 2 HP. When you wake up, Clark, you were the first one to wake up. You look down, kind of in a haze. You look at your hands, and they look entirely healed, like you haven't dipped your hands in there. And then you go to move your thumbs, and then you realize you have an extra thumb. You have one that you can move around really well, and another one directly beside that you can only wiggle a little bit.
it's a bar, right? I'm sure they have a knife behind the bar.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, let's chop it off.
Which one?
They had one.
The OG or the new one?
Whichever one doesn't work
Okay, yeah.
as well.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Actually, wait, whoa. I'm gonna wake up Hazel first. I'll wake up
Okay.
Hazel first.
All right. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna
Thumb
wake
up.
Hazel up. I'm gonna wake Hazel up by like using the 2 thumbs to kind of like brush her face with both thumbs at the same time.
What?
Hazel.
What? What the fuck? What the actual?
So,
What the actual?
Hazel, now I'm less worried about dying, and I'm more worried about living too much. And I'm living a little bit extra over here on the swamp area, and I don't like that. Honestly, I was more okay with the dying part. I had kind of come to terms with it. I mean, I killed a lot of people. I kind of felt like it was coming at some point.
Whoa. Okay.
This
So
kind of freaking me out, and I'm gonna need you to take care of it, or I'm cutting it off myself.
all right. Don't do that. All right. Shit. All right. I haven't even had my coffee yet. God damn it. Okay. Let's go. I'll take him over to the bar where there's like the little bar back sink and everything back there. Just be like, all right, let's see what we're dealing with before we just hack and slash this, okay? So I'm actually going to take off the glove. I'm going to take off the wrapping. What does it look like underneath?
So the hand is fully there. All of the skin that was previously kind of destroyed and looking, I would say, ghoulish, is now looking very regular. There is a thumb that is kind of there, but on top of it, there is another kind of grayer, bloodier thumb that is sewn into the side of his other thumb, kind of like right in between, like a little bit to the, I guess, right of like the where that good thumb meat is. You know what I'm talking about? That good thumb meat.
That good thumb meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sewn in. Hazel, I think that fucking bastard actually gave me an extra thumb.
What?
Remember, I asked him for an extra finger, and I think the fucker did it. He sewed a thumb on me.
This stitching looks like my stitching. It looks like you grew your thumb back, and it looks like you grew all the skin on your hand back, and the thumb I tried to attach is just hanging off of it. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can get a seam ripper. Hold on. I'm going to go check and see if somebody has a sewing kit.
She walks away. I'm just going to, like, with my hand this time, just boop, rip it right off.
Okay, roll strength plus unarmed, difficulty 0.
Unarmed.
Perfect.
Unthumbed.
Wow.
There we go. Easy peasy.
You manage to get it off, and you take 0 damage. And where there was like a little tendon connecting that, it kind of shrivels up and falls off to reveal more skin underneath. And now your hands look perfectly normal.
So Hazel comes back. She's got a seam ripper in one hand and a really big of pinking shears in the other, and sees him standing there with a slightly grayish, disconnected from his body thumb in one hand and a completely whole hand in the other. Just goes.
So before you say anything, I have 2 thoughts on this matter. Number one, I don't think I can die, which is, I think that's pretty great. And number 2, I think we should tell Pep this is a little smoky and give it to him when he wakes up.
Yeah, that's premium. This is Fallout, everyone.
On the second one, yeah, I'm totally in for it. On the first one, I was going to tell you that I talked to one of the ghoul dancers yesterday, and it didn't sound like you were turning into a ghoul. Now I'm 100% sure you're not turning into a ghoul. Ghouls don't grow their skin and their limbs back.
So one thing about Clark's character that hasn't had really a chance to come up yet is he's really obsessed with like his hair. He keeps his hair like really nice. It's like his weapons. It's like the only other thing on his person that isn't kind of ratty and torn from being out on the road. And so he'll like normally he keeps his like hair up, but he'll let his hair down and he'll just look at Hazel and say, "Does this look like I'm turning into a ghoul?" And he'll sort of brush through his hair as he does it.
I can see why you get advantage on charisma roll. Okay, so maybe he's born with it, or maybe Maybelline's parked outside. Anyway, so no, you don't look like you're turning into a ghoul. Clark, did something happen to you in the capital plan? Did you ever like spend time in a vault? Did you get exposed to FEV or something? Has anybody experimented? And she's actually gonna kind of, his hair's down. She's actually gonna kind of gently sort of manhandle his head, like she's looking for maybe there's something to his face or his head that she hadn't seen before. It's like, what? There's got to be an explanation.
Are the scars still on Clark's torso that he's had? Are those healed as well?
When did he get scars on the torso?
Scars were just from being a mercenary and been shot before he came to here.
They're still there, yes.
Still there, okay.
He did get a fairly the new scar in his torso that he got at the Rising
She did
Sun.
sew me up on the bridge. Is that
yeah.
still there?
Yeah, that's gone.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I don't remember anything happening in the wasteland. It looks like, I don't know, I've been shot a few times and it looks like all those holes are still there. But whatever one that you sewed up on the bridge looks like it's gone. I don't know if this is a good thing yet or a bad thing, but...
Well, for now, we'll just say it's a thing. And
yeah.
And I really don't want anything to happen to you. Just keep an eye on yourself, okay? You're being too reckless. All of these injuries would have taken anybody
Ow.
else in a fight by now. So just be careful of
You say that I'm being too reckless, but really, Pep ran me over with a car, and
Granted,
think-
I don't think we can save Pep from himself. I think that one we're just going to have to get him a helmet and hope that he doesn't destroy everyone else in the process.
At this point, a door busts open, and one of the voodoo gangsters is there, and he says, sorry, the preservationists are coming. They're coming down to the Marigny in full force, and you all need to get out of here.
Hey.
If any, you wake up everybody, and we gotta go. You gotta get. You're
Leave it-
criminals.
What?
I have an extra thumb here from me. Don't worry about it. Don't ask about it. Show them this and tell them that you found it and that, we're like already dying or something. I don't know. Be creative. Here's an extra
Man,
thumb.
I'm not going to show your thumb to. Why would I show your thumb? I'm trying to run.
Stick it in a pickle jar. We'll come back for it later. By the way, I pulled the 3 medals that they took off of that Pep took off of the guard, and I slap it down on the counter and say, "If you've got something you can use this for, go for it." All right, guys.
We'll leave the extra thumb with the medals, with the coins.
Cryptic. I love it.
That's a story for a PC to find later. That's like kind of like that, that storytelling that Fallout is known for. It's like, oh, here's a thumb and some coins. I wonder what happened here.
What's the backstory on this?
Yeah.
We'll never guess.
If anybody has an extra roll of film before we go, I could do that. Nobody?
Voodoo kind of looks at you and is like, we don't take pictures here. It's a
Fine.
cabaret club.
I
No one
wasn't going to
takes
take pictures here. Fine. Let's go, guys.
A little antithetical to the whole, business.
For now. All right, off we go. Where's Pep?
Where's
Oh my
Lonnie?
God. Lonnie? Pep.
I assume we're there. We're there, right?
I come out like squinting, like rubbing my eyes, like, are we under attack?
Of course, where we gotta go.
Got it.
Pep comes out, stretches like, oh man, I slept like a rock, like a baby. I feel
Pep,
great.
Pep.
How are you guys feeling?
Pep.
Lonnie,
I
I don't
love
want you to freak out, but I might be God.
That's nice, Clark. Do you have your stuff together?
Yeah, man. I even have my thumb back.
Great.
All right.
All right. I guess we need to walk to the water.
Yeah, now would be good. Follow the giant pink power armor.
What Pep probably doesn't notice, but is Maybelline there? I don't
Yeah,
think he would've
Maybelline
heard
is
that.
kind of waiting there, and the voodoo guy is with it, and it's like, don't worry, I'll take. My name's Jack McPumpkins, and I will take care of your car. Don't worry about it. By my name, Jack McPumpkins, I will take care of this car.
I'm angrily writing
should
that
we
down.
take the car? Should we take the car or leave it?
Will it go underwater, Pep?
Well, we could drive to the vault.
No,
We could
we're
drive and
going.
then.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Pep, it's down the street.
I know. How
It's
long
right
is this
there.
street? We're walking around like a couple of suckers when we have a car right here. But anyway,
It's
let's
not
walk.
that far to the water. It's not that far.
Oh,
'Cause if you remember, the street's flooded in the middle, so there's kind of like
We
two
have
lanes to it.
We have diving helmets. They don't. We should be able to get away from them if we go underwater soon.
Wait,
As
don't we
in
have to, like nuke the door?
yeah, that's
gotta bring
part
the
of
nukes.
it. But
Yeah.
we need to scout the thing out first. Man, I usually like to.
We're
I
Scout
fugitives.
it out. We're in a hurry, Lonnie.
Yeah, we're
Lonnie.
fugitives. I feel like we just
Guy in
gotta
the hat,
go for it.
Mr. Buffon.
Lonnie,
I
me
think-
and you
I
will
think he
have
wants
some
us done.
coffee sometime very soon. Just
Okay,
let.
I'll take anything. Let's just.
Now,
We need.
Once I get my face wet, I'll be good. Let's just get in the water.
All right.
All right.
I guess
So
Pep
you all
would be the one taking the mini nukes.
sure
absolutely.
if you want to take the mini nukes with you, yeah. So you all put on your diving suits. I know that Clark and Hazel have to. Lonnie, are you wearing your diving suit, or are you going old, like full
You
on
almost
octopus.
said natural.
Are you Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy at this point? Like, what is the?
I'll put the suit on, but I won't do the helmet just yet.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to see. Right?
Yeah. These diving suits also have 5 HP. That's generally you can take 5 damage before they break. When they break, that adds extra difficulty to a lot of your rolls.
Cool, I'm never taking it off. Sexy.
As long as you're underwater. If you're not underwater, it's whatever.
Damn.
And you still have your armor. You still have your armor on underneath that, so
Okay.
you can still get DR from that. So you all approach. You all kind of put on your diving suits and are walking down the street and kind of into the water as the water and kind of like seaweedy stuff kind of fills up your vision. You come to kind of almost like it's kind of magical in itself. This underwater vision of old Nawlins and the streets of the Marigny and the old bar signs, completely submerged in this kind of grayish greenish water with several fish kind of swimming throughout. As you stroll down the street, you see several signs that say Vault Tech, prepare for the future. And then in a kind of rock pile at the end of the street, there is a vault. And on the door, it says 18. And you all underwater approach the vault. And I don't expect you to do underwater voices because that would be annoying, but you all can speak to each other appropriately, I believe.
I guess if we've made this much progress, I probably will put the helmet on. I didn't know if we were going to do any reconnaissance beforehand, but I'll have a helmet on too. I would like to think I've got a little bit more comfort underwater, maybe swimming a little faster, handling it a little bit more acrobatically.
Yeah, you don't need to wear the diving suit. As an aqua boy, you don't need to wear the diving suit.
Yeah, but I've got it on because you're offering it, and it's
yeah, I am
free. Yeah. So,
So how many mini nukes do you think it's going to take?
You all have 10 mini nukes. I don't know how many it'll take, but
does anybody have any points in explosives?
I do, but it's not a tag skill.
How many points do you have in it? I have 2.
I'd be rolling 8 plus 2.
Yep.
I have 1 and it's not tagged.
I do not have any.
Yeah.
You done.
I don't know what special it would go under, but I have 2 points in explosives, so. But
Well, explosives is part of perception, so.
Yeah. So it's probably better for you to do it.
So if we blow off the doors of the vault, is the vault gonna flood? Like, what's our game plan once we blow up?
All right. Well, let's diagnose this. Let's try the Overseer's Code at the console and see what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
So you all approach the console, and it doesn't have. It's just kind of like a port right there. There's no real screen with it. It's just like a little port.
Yeah, I can plug my Fit Boy into it, maybe. Like if it's got a.
Yeah, not
interface.
maybe. You definitely do that.
Okay.
And a screen appears and reads off and says, "Danger, containment, vault flushing enabled. For entry, please input code."
I'll motion everyone to kind of look at the screen here. Like, vault flushing? Like, is that Are we good to try the code? I don't know. I mean,
I think we should try the code first. It almost looks like if the vault's flushing, maybe it's sealed and it's trying to. It's possible that we need to use the nukes at all, unless the doors being by these rocks, we might be able to just use the Overseer code and tell it to, stop flushing the vault and let the water, and then just open the door and go right in.
could be a pressure issue.
Yeah, basically, once it equalizes the pressure, as long as we don't mind the vault being water, which as long as we have these, we should.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna nuke it open, it's gonna flood anyways. So I feel like
Right.
try the code.
Yeah. Let's
So-
try the. I'll try the Overseer's code.
For it.
Okay, you input the Overseer's code into your Pip-Boy, and the Pip-Boy flashes off and then flashes back on with a little Vault Boy that gives you a thumbs up and smiles. At this point, you hear a siren, an alarm ring off, and kind of that and the vault door starts to slowly open. As it slowly opens, water from the outside rushes in, and you all feel a tug on you. And I'm going to need everybody to roll Strength plus Athletics difficulty 2.
But that's also just using my base strength, not the power armor strength.
Your other roll was an 18.
Yeah, you're still not gonna get it. I got 2 successes.
Remind me, it was strength plus what?
Athletics.
Yep.
Ooh,
Okay.
0 successes, Lonnie.
That 2 successes for me.
Okay. So the force of water sucks in Pep and Lonnie. And as it sucks them in, the mini nukes kind of rise from their container that's behind you and start shooting towards the vault. Lonnie and Hazel, please roll agility plus athletics difficulty 2.
You mean Lonnie and Pep, the 2 that were going forward?
Nope.
No.
Excuse me. Hazel and Clark, you're back. You're outside of the vault. Please roll
Yes.
a difficulty 2, athletics plus agility.
Oh, no. This is bad. This is bad.
Now, since we rested, as far as group AP goes, I had 4 to contribute to the pool. I don't know if
I got-
anyone else.
1 success.
One success, yeah.
You all are hit with
Oh,
as the vault door sucks in Clark and Hazel, the bombs from the outside of it, these mini nukes, start exploding against the rocks around the vault, and in that fiery inferno, the rest of the party flies in and is pressed entirely against the wall in the vault. You hear sirens as the vault door closes, and as it rolls back, the pressure starts to decrease a little bit. While you're still underwater entirely, you're not pinned down anymore. A voice speaks to the intercom and says, "Hello, residents, and welcome to Vault 18 for better living underground. Please submit to your routine physical and grab your vault suit on your Pip-Boy on your way to orientation. Thank you." At the other end of the room, you see a symptomatic medical machine that's kind of like a giant tube that is pretty much the only way to get through to the other rooms. There's kind of a metal casing that is blocking off all other entry methods into the vault. What do you all do?
Maybe this thing knows what's wrong with me.
Yeah, let's let God go first into the
Yes.
symptomatic.
Clark had kind of an ego before, but it was really only in combat, and now that's gone. He has a real big complex now, so yeah, he'll go first.
well, he had a rough night. He deserves a
Okay.
No
the
fear.
man win.
You enter the symptomatic, and it kind of, the door kind of seals in this like little cylinder, and 2 needles poke your skin. You feel a little draw, and then they pump back out, and then the doors open, and you're able to walk into the next chamber, and a voice rings out and says, "Welcome back, resident 594.
I don't remember being here before. Does it have a Pip-Boy?
There is a pit boy. There's kind of like a box of just pit boys that are just like hanging out there. There's also a box of vault suits that are right there as well.
You know, I feel like we're gonna have to circle back to this. But I kind of want somebody else to go again. Somebody else go.
I'll go next. I'm fine. So I'm gonna climb into the symptomatic. That thing the explosions kind of rang my bell a little bit, so probably wouldn't do me any harm.
Hazel, you walk into the symptomatic and it pokes in and feels like it draws some blood from you and pumps back out and says, "Congratulations and welcome to Vault 18, resident 596."
Hey, that was different than me. Why did you think I was already here?
It said you were 594 versus 59.
Honestly, though, are we surprised at all that it recognized me? I mean, I'm me. Of course it recognized me. I mean, come on. I'm basically God now, so I mean, it would make a lot of sense for it to recognize me. Right?
I don't think it works that way usually.
Well, when in Rome.
Okay.
He'll go over to the pit boys and start rummaging through those and rummaging through the vault as well.
Is there a terminal near the symptomatic?
No, not on your side of the symptomatic. No.
Okay, so there's not something that I could interface into.
No.
Okay. Oh, because anyone coming back in is probably quarantined and all that stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pep, you're
Pep,
up.
you or me?
All right, Pep, I'll go. I'll exit my power armor and pop into the symptomatic.
Oh man, have you taken that off at all since you got it? You smell like burnt bacon.
Listen,
You smell like a
we
little
all
puppy that
smell
was
terrible. Let's not
like-
go casting stones.
Oh,
You enter the symptomatic and it sticks its needles into you and draws your blood and says, "Congratulations and welcome, resident 597 to Vault 18."
All right. Hey, free Pip Boy.
I guess I'm next.
yep.
All right. Lonnie steps into the symptomatic and it shoves its needles into you. And it starts drawing your blood. And it's drawing your blood, and you start to feel a little faint, and then the needles pull out. And as you exit the vault, you exit the symptomatic, it says, "Congratulations, Resident 2 and Unknown Entity on your EB Boy. Welcome, Resident 598.
Tune in next time on Rad Rolls.